Hello guys and welcome to Heliborne. Now this is a game I'm just addicted to. It's so fun. I just fired it up and I don't know when to stop. And well, I thought it would be cool to make a review, or more or less a review of all the helicopters in the most played scenario, at least the one I play the most, which is the middle one, is the late Vietnam scenario. And we are going to do it in two videos. The first one is going to be this, covering the American choppers. And we are going to begin with the Huey, the veteran, the UH-1D. Has different weapon setups. One of them has miniguns, one of them has 50 cals. I'm using the 50 cal one because it also has more rockets. And the interesting thing is that this Huey has flares, which is really, yeah, look at that. It's really useful when you are getting shot by enemy manpads. The problem is, yeah, it doesn't do anything when you are hit by enemy choppers. Anyway, let's see it working as it should. The patches are happening really quickly right now. In 2 days, 2 patches. Hit detection has gotten much better, but even then, I'm still having some troubles with some weapons. Meanwhile, it's not my leading, of course, because if I can kill something with rockets, it's, well, yeah, the machine gun should connect as well, but I'm noticing much better hit detection in average. Some weapons simply don't do anything, and you're going to see it later on, but most others do, and they do connect very well. The 50 cals and the miniguns do very good job. So, yeah. Now, the Huey is a multi-role helicopter, but I use it mostly as a combat chopper. I use it to engage it other helicopters mostly because the 50 cals are really good. And when you need to land and drop some troops, you can do as well, because it carries 8 troops and 2 Stinger crews or manpads. Don't think they are Stingers in this era. Yeah, the Stinkers are of the 80s or something like that. Anyway, well, so here we have some enemy trying to get us with rockets, missing miserably. We are going to turn around and start firing again. Now, I'm not hitting, but I think I wasn't leading well here, so no problem with the hit detection. It was more a case of me trying to adjust the way I was leading. At any rate, well, those 2 are dead, which is really good. And now I'm going to go really low to hide myself, because there's another one coming. I'm going to try to land, to drop my, there you go, my 2 manpads. There, the fire. Manpads are really useful. They don't usually get a lot of kills because enemy choppers usually have flares on their own, and that wasn't a kill of me. Well, crap. But yeah, they are still really helpful, and these are a lot of enemies. Okay, we are going to try to avoid that. Enemy manpads coming. Now, changing to rockets. There you... No, really? I didn't? Well, that was underwhelming. Well, the MH8, which was the thing I was firing at, here you can see a little bit of lag. Not a big trouble. It happens now and then. But again, this is early access. You should expect some lag spikes now and then. And there you go, now I'm connecting hits. Those are a lot of enemy choppers. Trying to get a proper lead. Still getting the feel for how much should I lead with machine guns. Sometimes I seem I can just destroy anything inside. Sometimes it seems like I can't. At any rate, well, I'm landing because I want to drop my troops here. That's something you should do with the Huey a lot, because, well, you have the troops, you might as well put them to good use. But this is, I think, is one of the best multi-role helicopters. I mean, the hint is obviously better, the Soviet one, but hey, there you go. that's one kill. The hint is obviously better because it's more armored, it's faster, but I think this is a little bit more maneuverable. Also has a little bit more troops, but okay. It's time to try to get some enemy ground forces. I'm out of rockets, so let's use the 50 cars, which are really good at taking out ground forces. There, the base is clear of enemy ground troops. There we got a good kill. Enemies coming in waves, another wave coming. No good lead there, but I was more worried by avoiding them than actually connecting hits. Those are 3 versus me. This is too much, so I'm going to cover my retreat, use terrain to mask my exit. Take a look around. Yes, still is there. Trying to drag them into the area of my AA. And now they are distracted. I can turn around and try to get them. There you go. Here I probably did a mistake. I should have kept my attention to the guy who's about to land. But I became distracted. Anyway, I got him. The AA got the other guy. So, good enough. Now I still have 2 troopers. So I'm going to try to land. And yeah, I don't know why the sound was getting in and out all the time. And this is going to be a big fail because I crash landed. I kill 3 enemies, I do super well, but then I can't land. Yeah, that's me. Anyway, moving on, I'm again in the Huey D. Matter of fact, and this is one of the things I was telling you, sound was cutting out now and then. Little weird glitch, a little bit annoying, but nothing game breaking. And yeah, this is something that is going to be solved soon, I'm sure, because yeah, the pace of development is really quick. 3 days, 2 patches, so yeah. And matter of fact, I actually know one of the developers of this game, and I didn't know he was a developer of this game. The other day when I posted my first video about Heliborne, he was like in Skype, "Hey man, I'm developing Heliborne," and I'm just like, okay, why didn't you tell me anything, and why did I get this game so late? But anyway, yeah, I think the developers are actually pretty cool. I've been watching the forums, I've seen the roadmap for the game, looks really cool, and yeah, I have very high hopes for this game, especially so because if it's so damn fun right now, I don't know what it's going to be when it's complete. And yeah, well, you don't want to stand in front of enemy AA guns like that. Anyway, that was a Huey D. Let's take a look at some other helicopter. Next in line is the Huey B, which is the little brother. Now this one can carry only 7.62mm machine guns. It can carry miniguns, which are pretty okay, but honestly the 50 counts in the bigger brother are so hard hitting, I love them, and the miniguns don't seem like big enough for a ship and a helicopter this size. Carries less troops, it's a little bit less resilient, it's a little bit less maneuverable. You fly it like the Huey D, but it's a worse Huey D. There is not much more to discuss than that. I actually didn't have a lot of luck in this flyout, so yeah, I'm going to try to land, drop my manpads, but yeah, that was it. Nothing special about this helicopter, honestly. Let's take a look at something else. Maybe the... yeah. Let's take a look at the Little Bird, which is, in my opinion, the funniest helicopter in the whole game. Now, the only problem is its weapons. Yeah, you carry one minigun, which is 7.62mm, not really very hard hitting at all, and you have 7 rockets, which are very few. You also carry one guy with a manpad. Yeah, but the thing is, this helicopter is fast, is maneuverable, is nippy, is so damn fun to fly. I mean, you're not going to be killing a lot with it, unless you are really a hotshot, and I'm not. But yeah, only for the sheer pleasure and joy and entertaining factor. Okay, we got that AA, and now it's time to get the hell out of here, because the first thing you have to learn in a little bird is, if you see an enemy helicopter and the enemy helicopter is looking at you, just get the hell out of there. Okay, let's put the manpads down. That's another very nice thing about this thing. It's so maneuverable that it can land anywhere and very, very quickly. Now the minigun does a really, really nice sound. It's like sounds super threatening, but doesn't do a lot of damage. Yeah. Okay, let's get the hell out of here, because I'm under fire. And now the obvious advantage of this helicopter is how tiny it is and how maneuverable it is. You can see I'm outmaneuvered that guy. He couldn't fire at me, and then he got killed by the AA. I'm using a lot of cover here. I see something trying to land there, connecting a lot of hits. As you can see, I'm not killing him, because it takes a shitload of bullets to kill anything. And now I'm going to go a little bit down. Yeah, now I'm going to mask myself. Yeah, like so, using terrain to cover my helicopter for incoming fire, because you have no flares in this helicopter, so manpads are going to smack you in no time. Also, does have a lot of resilience to enemy fire. You can see I'm only at 10%. Ooh, he's looking at me, and yeah. Something looks at you, hits you, and you're dead. Let's do another fly out, because this is such a fun helicopter to fly. Really super fun. Again, you're not going to kill a lot of stuff, but you will have a lot of fun flying it. The only thing I wish for this helicopter, I mean, it has another weapon option, which is 14 rockets and a 40mm grenade launcher, which absolutely is worthless, because yeah, you are going to see it later in the Cobra. The 14 rockets is not a lot. You run through them in no time at all, and the 40mm simply can't get anything done. You can't kill anything with it. Some bugs again. Well, happens. Little bit glitch of a glitch there, but again, I'm sure it will get sorted out soon. Now let's put our helicopter down here, drop our Stinger, get on moving. Yeah, well, the option I was talking about is I would love this helicopter with 2 miniguns. I mean, you wouldn't be able to kill anything in the ground, but at least with you would be a credible threat against enemy helicopters. Okay, let's drop altitude, because yeah, I was expecting that. Thankfully, I dropped enough altitude to cover myself versus ground, and yeah, that avoided us a little bit of a problem. Okay, enemy coming. Forgot to switch to machine guns, but might as well, because I killed him. Meanwhile, with the minigun, I would have been shooting him for half a minute and I wouldn't have killed him. Look at that. You can be fighting for forever and you won't kill anything. I mean, 2 miniguns is okay, one is simply not enough. But the thing is so maneuverable, it's so nippy, and it's so fun to fly. Look at that, look at that. I finally killed him. Took a hell of a lot of hits, however. But it's so nippy, so agile, it's so fun. I mean, this is the fun chopper. There are useful choppers, there are powerful choppers, there are bus-like choppers. There you go, another kill. And then there's this. This is the fun chopper. You won't get a lot done with it, but you are going to have a hell of a time doing it. So yeah. Now I'm returning to base, and that's because I want to reload. I'm out of manpads, I'm out of rockets. I only have one puny minigun, and that's not going to get a lot accomplished. So I RTV. Break my chopper, coming for the landing, and if you land close enough to the ammo icon there, as soon as you touch down, there you go, you're refilled. So you can take off again and go at it. Now, this is only for weapons. You can't repair your chopper, which honestly I would like to be able to RTB and repair your chopper. I mean, if you take the trouble to go all the way back from the front lines to the base, well, you should be able to repair. And here, I'm getting hits. You are seeing the puffs of smoke, but hit detection is on and off. I don't know what happens, but most of the time it's okay. But now and then seems like, yeah, I'm hitting something, but nothing happens. Again, it's getting better. I can say for sure that it's better right now than it was 3 days ago. But even then, now and then, hit detection backstabs you and you can't kill anything. Okay, you can't capture bases with this because you don't have troopers. You only have one guy with a stinger. But I'm going to place it here because this base is open for capture, and I'm guessing they are going to come and try to capture it. So yeah, let's keep on going. Approaching an enemy base. Have some rockets. No, the minigun is not going to kill ground vehicles, so we have shot our bolt here, and enemy chopper coming in. Again, ooh, manpals, and I'm almost stopped. Yeah. Really, the lack of flares in some helicopters hurt a lot, and this is one of those when you are going to hurt a lot by not having flares. Okay, we got that guy, but yeah, gun forces got us. Okay, let's try the Cobra. Now this has two weapon setups. The first one is this one, where you have a turreted minigun. It's just one, but at least it's in a turret, so you can aim it independently for your helicopter. And you have 76 rockets, which are a lot of rockets. Also, it's a very agile ship, reasonable fast, pretty tough, all around very good chopper. The only problem is it has no troops at all. Meanwhile, the Soviets get the Hind, which has troops and manpads and a turreted gun, which is bigger, but it's not as agile, however. Okay, did a good job at clearing that place. Now there's a convoy incoming. Let's orbit around it. Behind them. Getting them, and there you go, destroyed. Now I got killed, however, but that was a whole enemy convoy of armored ships in exchange for a single Cobra, which I think is a good trade-off. There's a certain part of risk versus reward in this game. There are situations when you know you are not going to get out alive, but if you do the most you can in those situations, and again the sound is glitching out, if you do the most in those situations, I mean, it's totally worth it. Right there, yeah, I got my chopper shot down, but there's nothing to lose in there. There are no scores in this game after all. And yeah, I pretty much guaranteed that this base was going to not remain in enemy control, so yeah. And here you can see me failing utterly. Now I'm getting some hits. But yeah, no, that wasn't good aiming at all. So now I'm expecting this guy to land, but no, he doesn't land. Still, I got a rocket up his ass, so it's pretty good. Yeah, that was a pretty nice shot, honestly. Mostly an accident, to be honest. Because yeah, I was changing to rockets because I was expecting the guy to land and try to deploy his troops. And when that happens, you want to be rocketing all the place to kill all the troops. Ooh, and here is where the lack of flares bites you hard, because you have no flares with that loadout. With this other loadout, however, you do. The problem is you lose the turreted minigun and you win a 40mm grenade launcher, which seems very cool, but look at those ballistics. Look at where I'm aiming and where I was hitting. Yeah, It's well, when you run out of rockets, it's okayish, but yeah, no real use for that other than that. Also, it has a 20mm Gatling gun, which would be awesome. Really, it would be awesome. The problem is, this gun simply doesn't hit, and you're going to see a good instance of that now. I'm shooting at this guy. I actually get a hit, but you are going to see later that I actually am hitting him, and nothing will happen. Not right now, but you are going to see it in a second. We are trying maneuvering close. We miss there, no hits. Again, maneuvering, a little bit of lag there, that really messed me up. But the guy can't keep up with our turn. That's the only thing the hint doesn't have on the Cobra. The Cobra is more maneuverable. And here you will see... Not yet. There. Did you see those? Those puffs of smoke. Those were clear hits, but none were registered. And here again, look at those. I was hitting him. That guy should be utterly dead, but this gun simply doesn't work. And it's also consistent. I mean, I've never got that gun to work to me. I don't know why. It simply doesn't work. You get the puffs, you get the smoke, you get the hits, but they do nothing. So I guess that's probably the worst case of hit registration problems in the game. Again, it's going to get fixed. No big problem. But right now, that build of the Cobra, with the 40mm grenade launcher, the rockets, and the 20mm Gatling is not usable. And that's a pity, because that's the loadout with flares. And yeah, the other one doesn't have flares. And yeah, so that means the Cobra right now is not in a good state. But well, we'll get solved, no big deal. Now this is the Chinook, obviously. Now the Chinook is, here I'm just showing how not to use it, okay? This is what I usually see most people doing in a Chinook when they go up in one. They say, ooh, lots of rockets, lots of troops, let's go capturing enemy bases. The only problem is, this is a big ass helicopter with the maneuverability of big bus. Honestly, you simply can't maneuver with this thing. So you don't want to go to the front with this helicopter, because if you go, you're going to die. So what you are going to be doing with this thing, if you can't go to the front, if you can't really fight, I mean, it has weapons, you can't fight, but any decent enemy player is going to destroy you in no time if he finds you. Well, what you need to do is to go to rear bases, like this one, which only has one ground vehicle holding it, and reinforcing it. Now, dropped a lot of troops here. Now all the AA guns are manned. This base is not open to be easily conquest anymore. And now I'm going to go to that other base back there. Take a look and see. Okay, there are only 2 AA guns operational. Well, this is a big base. This should have at least 4. So if I drop down, well, with a little bit of no, not close enough, so I'm going to move in closer for landing. That's another thing. It's a very big helicopter. If you hit any obstacle with it, you are going to explode. I see a lot of people exploding when they land in the Chinook. But yep, now we place our troops. The base is fully operational again. Checking my flanks to see if anyone is close, but no one is. So I'm going to come in here. Okay, seems only AA guns, 2 of them. Well, might be enough. Might need some troops, just in case I'm going to land and check. And sure enough, some troops on the ground, reinforcing the base, so it's not easy for the enemy to conquest. And this is how you use the Chinook. If you go to the front, you are going to die. I mean, this is the easiest thing to shoot down in the whole sky. Look at the size of it. I mean, it's the size of a 747. It's impossible to miss. And it's very fast, but it's not maneuverable at all. So, yeah. So now we are down to 12 troopers and 1 manpath. I'm going to take my time and RTV and reload it and give it another go. Come close, close, close. Brake, land. There we go. Full complement of crew and manpower is on us. So let's move forward and yeah, keep on doing exactly this kind of stuff. Now, obviously, if you want to go with this thing to the front, you can, but you are not going to get a whole lot of things done. Okay, right now we are under attack here. Attackers are there. Base is open for capture, so I want to drop my troops here to prevent enemy choppers coming in and taking it. So I break, drop my troops, and recapture it. And now what I'm going to do is to do another roundabout trip. Ooh, enemies close, enemies close. Seems there's an enemy chopper there. So what I'm going to do is to get the hell out of here, and I'm going to, well, now that I'm close to the base, I'm going to reload my troops, and I'm going to keep on reinforcing the bases in the back of the line, and staying as far as from the front as I can. Again, you can use this as a frontline chopper, but if you do, you are going to die a lot and accomplish nothing. This is the only way this is the way I found the Chinook to be super valuable. So yeah, I guess that's going to be it for this video about the American choppers in the late Vietnam scenario. In other video we'll cover, of course, the Soviet ones, and then the different maps that we have. Also do a very fast look at all the choppers that are available for both sides. Now, which is the best in the American side in this scenario? Personal preference, the Huey, at least in what regards to usefulness. The Cobra would be the better if the second option of weapons had a gun that worked. The problem is the 20mm doesn't work, and it's the only weapon you could have against enemy choppers, which aren't rockets. And honestly, rockets are not for killing enemy choppers. Personally, at least, I don't like using rockets to kill enemy choppers. And the 20mm, you have seen it simply doesn't work. When it works, probably will be the better helicopter for HOA duties. But again, it will have no troops. The Huey has troops. And after all, the Huey is the same as the Cobra. If you know a little bit about the history of the Cobra, it started off being simply a chopped-down version of the Huey. They slimmed it down, they took the crew compartment out, and they added a turreted minigun. And a different cockpit, of course, with front and aft positions. But that was the initial Cobra, at least. So the Huey has ground troops, has excellent weapons, is reasonable agile, can take a beating, is, in my opinion, is the best one. Now, is it the funniest to fly? Well, no, because the little bird is simply awesome. I mean, it's just a tiny weeny little thing with a tiny little stinger in the minigun. Doesn't have a lot in form of weapons or actual usefulness, but the things you can do in that thing, they are hilarious. I mean, you can troll people all day long. The way it turns, the way it runs, how fast it is. It's a joy to fly. It's not the best because simply it doesn't get as many things done as the Huey. It's not as effective in combat as the Cobra, but it's super fun to fly. And finally, there's the Chinook. The problem with the Chinook is, well, as I told you, it's a bus. Simply is for transport, and you want to use it in back areas, which obviously is not the funniest thing to do in a combat game, but it's a very useful. Actually, it's a very useful role. If you have someone doing that all the time, while the rest of the team is fighting in the front lines, you are almost ensuring that your back bases are not going to fall. They are going to be always at top strength, which is really nice for keeping an offensive going, but it's not the fun. I mean, not the most fun thing to fly. Yeah, so in my opinion, the Huey D. The B has no flares, has less troops, has worse weapons, is the smallest version. I mean, it's good for a challenge. I mean, it's fun to fly. It's as fun to fly as the standard one. It's just not as good. So yeah, in my opinion, that the best helicopter for the Americans is this one. Now again, it's all a matter of preferences and also a matter of game styles. Not everyone likes exactly doing the same stuff. For my game style, at least, I think this one is the best. And yeah, that's it for this video, I guess. We have covered well, those are a lot of enemies. We have covered all the American helicopters in this particular scenario. In another video we will do the Soviet, and I will do a pretty similar thing, which will be showcasing how they fly and how they are best used. I hope you had fun watching this video, because this game is super fun to play, and I guess it's also very fun to see. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching, guys, and see you later.